Our restoration site is a sizable plot of land in New Albany, Ohio, that was the focus of a $17 million research project to eliminate the spread of invasive species, as well as restore the area into a public park. This project was furthermore intended to highlight the ecological importance of the local stream present by restoring the riparian zone and decreasing erosion, therefore promoting better water quality. With any restoration project comes ecological challenges. One ecological challenge faced was primarily that of eliminating the spread of invasive species, such as honeysuckle and Callery pear. In this instance, honeysuckle was everywhere. This clip shows the dense honeysuckle-dominated riparian zone upstream of the restoration site, compared to the clean, restored area downstream from the bridge it's taken from. Another ecological challenge faced was the removal of harmful plants could also lead to the unintentional removal of beneficial or non-invasive plants that help to improve the stream ecology by giving shade and keeping the stream bank strong. When removing as much honeysuckle that was there, it was easier just to take out a majority of the understory and ground cover. The stream next to the site was another key component in the restoration process. The stream was small and heavily channelized because it ran parallel to Dublin Granville Road, and therefore increasingly vulnerable to changes around it via stream bank erosion, which in turn led to high flooding that often got onto the roads downstream. These last two photos show how the stream was dechannelized, bringing back its natural meandering form. Lastly, another ecological challenge could be potential chemical contaminants and sediment increases from public use aspects of the park and nearby construction projects. There are fiber rolls lining the area to help prevent this until plant vegetation can grow in. Due to the site being a heavily urbanized area, there could be challenges introduced by potential stakeholders from the surrounding communities. These include questions from local residents about the length and purpose of the restoration project. It is important to keep these and any other stakeholders informed and involved. The Rose Run Park provides an outlet for the community to come together and reconnect with nature through multiple spots through the park. There is an amphitheater, a bike hub, a play area for children, as well as paths that go through the whole area, allowing people who are going to be in downtown New Albany the chance to walk around and get some exercise. Some transcendentalism can come into play by allowing people to look at nature in a more positive way and helping people connect with nature and oneself by using the park as an escape from reality. The location of the park is furthermore significant due to its close proximity to the local library and school campus, thereby acting as a bridge or hub in the community to connect the otherwise separate community resources. The restoration site of the Rose Run project featured a variety of vegetative plant life prior to the application of restoration practices. The community included a significant amount of overgrowth within a patchy forest area. Throughout the entire area, invasive plants dominated the landscape and absorbed a majority of available resources. There used to be a working mill upstream, but it hasn't been used in a very long time. In this project, two low-head dams that were associated with the mill were removed from the Rose Run Channel corridor. This site can be referenced to the Fifth Avenue dam removal. Although it is much smaller in scale, the same principles apply from sediment management, stream bank restoration, and improving water quality. The application of logic models can be helpful in determining short, medium, and long-term goals for the Rose Run Park site. A short-term ecological goal would be to remove the invasive species and plant native trees to maintain cover for wildlife. A short-term social goal would be to get people involved and excited about the community having something new to offer. This then turns into a long-term goal because the sense of community citizens get does not diminish. Lastly, a short-term economic goal would be for the City of New Albany to get a grant from the EPA to fund this project, as well as get engineers and other environmental scientists to check off on what they are going to do. An ecological medium-term goal would be for ecological functions to be restored, as well as the growth of new invasive plants to be minimal. A medium-term social goal would be to add more features to the park to encourage the public to visit, such as adding new sitting areas, walkways, and plants. Lastly, a medium-term economic goal would be to maintain funds from the stakeholders and the city to continue further construction that will enhance the appeal of the park to the public. The long-term ecological goal of restoring the overall ecosystem health was done by negating the negative impacts of invasive species and furthermore reconstructing the riparian corridor to ensure a more stable ecosystem. A long-term social goal would be using the park as a hosting site for a variety of local events like school projects, library activities, festivals, etc., as well as promoting recreational activities for years to come. As for long-term economic goals, the events hosted within the park could be economically beneficial for the city and also help to boost the city's ecological standing, leading to an increase in visitors and new residents. Since this site has already undergone its first major cycle of adaptive management, it becomes even more important to ensure effective monitoring and adaptive actions are being considered for the present and the future. Scientists will continue to monitor the water quality in the stream, and there are future plans to expand the area of restoration upstream. Due to this next phase being upstream, adaptive management is crucial when keeping the already restored part healthy. Lastly, as part of adaptive management, the growth of new invasive plants will be closely watched and removed from the area as quickly as possible. In the years to come, this area will flourish with life. This park will become a staple in conversations when talking about New Albany, Ohio. And the best part is that it was restored for the greater good of every factor involved.